Yeah, I'm doing my speech on World War II. It's a war that fascinates me, and it's something that I enjoy talking about. World War II was a conflict that involved pretty much every part of the world between 1939 and 1945. The enemy was known as the Axis power, and the countries in this group included Germany, Italy and Japan. The Allies had France, Great Britain, the United States, the Soviet Union and to a lesser extent China in their group. This war was always going to happen because the problems from the First World War were never really resolved. There were between 40 million and 50 million deaths during this war, which makes it the bloodiest conflict as well as the largest war in history. By the early part of 1939, German dictator Adolf Hitler was determined to invade and occupy Poland. Poland had the support of the French and the British if this would happen, but Hitler decided to invade anyway. In response to this, Great Britain and France declared war on Germany on September 3rd at 11 AM. This was the start of World War II. The Prime Minister of Britain during most of the World War was Winston Churchill, and he was very active in resisting the German aggression. He also played a major role in getting the Allies, including the United States and Russia. He actually has his own museum here in Fulton. In 1940, Germany launched its next initiative by attacking Denmark and Norway. They then attacked Belgium, the Netherlands and France. All of these nations were fairly easy to overcome. Later in the summer of 1940, Germany launched a further attack on Britain, but mainly from the air. The Battle of Britain was Germany's first failure, as the German Air Force was unable to defeat Britain's Royal Air Force. In 1941, Germany and Hitler became ambitious and tried to invade the Soviet Union. Although the Germans initially made good progress and advanced deep into Russia, the invasion would prove to be the downfall of Germany's war effort. The country was too big, and although Russia's initial resistance was weak, the nation's strength and determination, as well as the brutal winters, would eventually be more than the German army could handle. In 1943, after the battles of Stalingrad, which is where many would argue that the war was won, Germany was forced into retreat. During the course of 1944, the Germans were slowly but steadily forced completely out of the Soviet territory. The Russians then went on the attack and pursued them across Europe and into Germany. In June 1944, British and American forces launched the D-Day invasion. They landed in France via the coast of Normandy. Soon after this, the German army was forced into retreat from that side as well, so by early 1945, Allied forces were closing in on Germany from both the east and the west. The Soviets were the first to reach the German capital of Berlin, and Germany surrendered in May 1945, shortly after the suicide of Adolf Hitler and his wife. Hitler, as everyone knows, he was insane. He had many policies that were so wrong, which included blaming Jewish people for everything that was wrong with the world. He put them in concentration camps and murdered over 1 million Jews during the Holocaust. Thankfully, after the death of Hitler, the war was over, and in order to keep the peace, the United Nations was formed in 1945. This war pretty much shaped the world that we live in today. So, like I said, I find it very interesting to read about and talk about. Thanks.